A lot of throwback schemes here at the Iredell County Fair. It's throwback night for the DNQ Dirt Series, and tonight we are at the Iredell County Fairgrounds for the Iredell County Short Track Shootout. It should be a great race. The fair is always an exciting but dangerous track, the track too tough to tame, and tonight we are sending 4 drivers into the championship in 3 different series. Welcome to the new DNQ Studios. I'm Bob Duato here with Bill Chester. Bill, you gotta love our new studio here at the DNQ headquarters.
Yeah, fantastic upgrade, Bob.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready to start one of the final races here in the season, the Iredell County Fairgrounds race, and this has always been a really good race for the DNQ series.
It has. It's a shit show every single year. The racing is incredible. Somebody gets hurt. Somebody possibly dies. Everybody goes home with a wrecked race car. It produces some of the best racing of the year, and it is the race before the championship.
Well, the track Too Tough to Tame has been that the whole time we've ever been here, so let's see how it plays out today. When we look at last year's race here, Bill, Alex Cunningham had him covered, but Clint Mills got him there coming to the end of this race.
Yeah, this was the point in Alex Cunningham's career where he couldn't win a fucking race and save his life. He was like the Eli Manning of the Busch Series.
He was. Clint Mills passed him, took the win, stole his bitch, stole his money, and took away that big-ass trophy from the fair. Eddie is down there with him right now. Let's go down to him. Well, some great highlights from last year. And Clint Mills, you took home the win last year in the Predator, or the Busch Series race. Passed Alex Cunningham there in the last lap. Today, though, you don't have many laps on this track before it goes to feature time due to time constraints here at the fair. Does that concern you at all?
Not really. I'm just going to go out here and drive the shit out of it. You said we only get like 5 laps, so I'm just going to get balls into the walls and see what happens. I only had 5 laps last time here as well, and somehow I came out with the win and passed Alex on the white flag. So I'm just going to go over there and give it 110% and see what the hell happens.
Now, today's a throwback race. Everybody's got all their old gear on. This is definitely old. What year is that suit from?
Shit, I couldn't tell you. When I first started late model racing, my crew chief, Gary Hargett, he started Earnhardt and Earnhardt Jr. and all them. He lives a mile from me. I didn't have no suit or nothing. He said, take this one. I got 2 of them. It's Richie Evans Jr. and or Richie Evans. I'm not sure. It's on the back here. It says RE, I think it might be Jr. He said, wear this one until you get one. So I've had it ever since, and it's just 1 layer, not triple layered. It ain't hot, and it's tight as shit, or I'm having to suck in really hard because it's pretty tight. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you how old it is.
Richie Evans would definitely not fit in that anymore. I can guarantee you that. Because Richie's wild. I'll tell you. He's a wild guy. But he loved the fact that you have that on here. So
we are supporting the Busch Series. So, I mean, I had to at least bring it out. It still says the Busch Series on the suits, and that's what we are. We're Busch Series, bullshitters. So that's what we come to do. So
speaking of the Busch Series, next year the series is going to pink and blue tires. Got to have the governor in it and everything like that. Are you planning on running more Busch Series races next year?
Honestly, yeah. I feel like it's more fun. The clones are expensive to rebuild, just like your open class that you have. All that stuff costs money to rebuild every time. These Predators are $100. You just go get them. You can buy 10 of them. It doesn't matter. You ain't going to spend as much you're going to spend on a rebuild for a clone. So I'm going to definitely run the Busch Series more. It's good that it's going to Max Pink and Blue. That might not be as good for your other guys that's a little lower. But other than that, it's going to be good. A majority of racers have pinks and blues, so that's a good smart move for you on your part of the series as well.
Clint Mills looks to repeat here tonight in the Busch Series feature. And if he could suck his gut in, make it through the rest of this race tonight, he'll be all set. Back to you. Well, Clint Mills hopes to repeat his last win, but Steve Morcillo is currently 4th in points, and he's got that last chase spot in the Busch Series.
Yeah, he's been on a roll here, and I know if I need a ride home from the bar, I'm going to call his ass up on Uber.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Steve Morcillo is an Uber and Lyft driver. He is currently 11 points ahead of Brianna Lyons, who has had a decent season this year, but she's 11 points behind him.
Yeah, the best-looking driver in all of DNQ series, but can still get it done behind the wheel, and like a lot of other women drivers in other series.
Yeah, her best finish is 6th, but look for her to have a good run here tonight and get into the chase. Ryan Richmond is currently, obviously we fucked the graphic up there, he is currently 3rd in points, has a 13-point advantage.
His car for this race is one of my favorites. I'm going to vote this my best throwback of the race, just because I fucking love Tim Richmond.
Well, Eddie is down with the Uber driver, Steve Morcillo. Let's go down to him.
Yeah, and that last chase spot is very tight here in points. And Steve Morcillo, you are the last person in the Busch Series chase right now. You have to outrun Brianna Lyons, Tim Norman, just to make it in here. About 3 spots better than them. Or sorry, they have to finish 3 spots better than you to at least challenge you for that spot. What will it take today to make sure you make it into that Final Four?
I'm just going to really have to not be an idiot and wreck, because I normally wreck, especially when I have a fast car. And I worked pretty hard on it this week, so it might be good. So that might mean quicker crash time. But last race, I sent it in on someone. I don't want to say his name. He's all right. He's a good guy. He's in the chase, too. And we ended up way high up the wall, so I don't want to do that again. But hopefully the green body isn't too much bad luck. So far it hasn't been good, so I'm sure I'll find a way to step on my dick somehow here. I don't know.
Now, this racetrack is very different than any other racetracks that we race at throughout the year. Have you ever raced here at the fair before?
No, I have absolutely no idea. And I've never raced on like a flat dirt track. Like, man, I probably got less than 20 dirt races, so I'm not even good at this yet. So like, going to a new track is always great, because I always suck again, so that's fun. Should be good though, because I got the hammer tires on there. Alex actually knows what he's doing, and he generally tells me like to stop working on it because I don't know what I'm doing. So we stopped pretty early. Should be good. I don't know. Could go either way. Probably not good.
There's a lot of questions to be answered, and we're not going to know until Steve Morcillo gets out there and runs here tonight, but he's hoping he keeps that chase spot, guys.
Well, a lot of people embracing the throwback schemes here tonight, and the wardrobe as well. We've seen a lot of shirts.
Yeah, that shirt's real from his old man. I mean, it's really only 15 years old. I don't know.
A lot of drivers and a lot of teams throwing it back, but Brandon GRP is the owner and engine builder in the DNQ series, and he says this is his last race, so he says.
Yeah, it was his last race 3 fucking times already. But I don't know, it might be his last race, because he's got Daniel Eisenhower behind the seat, and he might get that thing so fucking shit-canned by everybody else. Here you see Timmy Nye, who got fired from this ride, gave him a whole lot of success, but I think Daniel Eisenhower, being a better driver than Timmy Nye, is going to get it done here tonight.
That kart was so dominant. They won 10 races together and a bunch of Miltona 50s, and a very successful duo. Even when Tim wasn't driving, they still won races.
Yeah, GRP just has his shit together, and there he's got the trophy to prove it.
And we look at GRP Racing as his engines, like we said, all those Miltona wins, 2 championships, and a bunch of other race wins. A legendary engine builder and owner. Eddie is down with him right now. Let's go down to him.
Well, a legendary name is hanging it up here in the DNQ Cup Series. Brandon GRP. Brandon, you have built some of the best engines we have ever seen in the Cup Series. We had one last year. You guys won the championship. It was out of oil, and it still ran the whole time.
Yeah.
Time, though, to call it a career. What do you have to say about your career in DNQ as an engine builder and owner?
Yeah, I just like to thank everybody that, helped me out. Tim Nye and Tyson Freeze and Padula and, Eford and everybody, everybody that drove for me and all. And, it's been fun. It's just, the series has gone different ways and stuff, and which is fine, when you get low car count like that, it's the only way you can do it. And it's understandable. And, somebody might have the motor and run next year a couple times. You just never know.
So as an owner, you've won an owner's championship. You've won 2 cup championships, both with Tim Nye. You've won the fair here a bunch of times. What is your favorite DNQ moment or race that you guys have won throughout the years?
Well, it has to be probably the first one, because we come over here with Tim the one year, probably 3 years ago, when he flipped his go-kart over here, and I told him, I said, you're about the dumbest sumbitch there is, and I'll build the motor and we'll go out there and win them. And the first night we won, we won by a long way, and it was pretty exciting.
The Tim Nye in that car with your engine was unbeatable virtually for the longest span in the Cup Series. And that's something you can definitely look back and be proud of. And that helped Tim become the winningest DNQ Cup Series driver. And to know that you've had that has got to put a lot of pride on your side.
Oh yeah, it's really funny. We always had the big rivalry with Ridenhour and everything here, and you know, it's funny as hell because we're racing with him tonight. So, you know, it's just one of those deals. It's just, you know, it's a fun series, and I love it and everything. And, you know, we'll probably be back some, but I'm not going to run for a championship or anything like that anymore.
Well, Brandon GRP takes a lot of pride in his work, and he's going to take a lot of pride here tonight. If Dan Reitenhauer, who was very good here, takes home the win again today, I want to say thank you for being part of this series for such a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the DNQ series for 2018 has changed our points series system again, but this time we are done messing with it. This is going to be it for a long time.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Races 1 through 5 set the chase field. If you win a race, you are in as long as you stay in the top 12 in points. The top 8 drivers will make the chase. Chase bonus will be 5 points per win, and the regular season champion will get 65 points. That's a pretty good bonus there for them.
Yeah, I don't know how many drinks that is at Hot Shots, but it sounds like a lot.
Along with that, when we go to the chase, chases will be races 6 through 9 or 10. If we do 10 races, points will be earned per race. No cuts through the chase, so the 8 drivers that make the chase are in the chase for the whole season. Points determine the champion, so we will not do any cuts until that point, and the last race of the season will just be strictly points based.
Okay, yeah. Replacement driver.
And the DNQ Cup Series that we're about to watch will become the Modified Tour. Builder, Prepare, Clone, Flathead, Animal must remain stock appearing. We'll run 5 marquee events. That'll be very big events for the DNQ Modified Tour.
The crown jewels, if you will. These will be ring races.
Yeah, yes, they will. Open tires, series open to other engines as well. Whatever you got, bring it. No chase, straight points. Well, the Winston Cup Series feature about to start. And we've got about 3 guys that can go for this championship. McCleary, Buzzkirk, and DeHunt, which actually narrows it down to 2 guys.
Yeah, and there's only 5 guys here. So we pretty much know it's going to be McCleary and Buskirk, and whoever gets it done tonight is going to be the favorite heading into the championship race.
Now, next year, this series will become the Modified Tour. Like we said before, a couple marquee events for these guys, but it should still be a pretty good series to watch.
Yeah, it will be, because every one of them is going to be a crown jewel. You'll get a rig for every race. It's going to be only the highest, prestigious, most talented drivers and best teams in the country competing at those 5 races. There will be no field fillers.
Let's go down and take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's Iredell County Fair Cup Series feature. Let's take a look at the Cup Series starting lineup real quick. Eddie DeHunt on the pole, Brad Buzzkirk in the first row.
Daniel Eisenhower, LJ McQueary in row number 2, and Eddie Jr. in row 3.
Brad Buzzkirk is an in-car camera. Eddie DeHunt as an in-car camera. Green flag, we are underway for the Cup Series race, and who will make it to the final round of the playoffs as Brad Buzzkirk gets a first down.
Takes the lead early, but he was really shitty in practice, so let's see how long he can hold on to this.
Yeah, and see, hopefully he doesn't get a flag thrown on him for holding as he holds the lead right now.
Yeah, Daniel Eisenhower trailing him behind. He's running him down, the speedster. Some people like to call him.
Daniel Eisenhower is an amazing race car driver. Full-blown redneck, thoroughbred redneck, as we like to say in this state. Turbocharged, as we're on board with Brad Buskirk. He is already going to put a cart a lap down.
Yeah, he's going to make them drop back and punt.
Yeah, it's 4th and 20 right now for the driver right in front of Brad Buskirk. He's going to need a Hail Mary if he really wants to win this thing here tonight.
Oh my God.
Oh, and that opens the door.
Over the fucking lap car, one-handed. Lap car's running into LJ McCleary for 3rd.
Well, he can't stay out of the way, so we know he's definitely Cup material there. As Daniel Eisenhower wrestles the lead away from Buskirk, who seems to be a little bit too loose.
There are 4 fucking cars in this event. This is why the Modified Tour is going to be the Modified Tour next year. LJ McCleary brings out the caution.
LJ McCleary goes for a spin as Daniel Eisenhower has the lead. We will have a cone choose restart. First down. Here we go. The cone is out. Who will choose the top? Who is dumb enough to go up top? Buzzkirk goes up top. Yes.
From 2nd.
Yes, as the snap-on in-car camera of Eddie DeHunt Jr.
Yeah. Well, he knew Eddie DeHunt Jr. was in 3rd, so he might as well just pick the top anytime. Fucking start 2nd.
Yeah. Here we go. Getting ready to go green from the in-car camera.
See if you could draw him off sides.
He cannot.
Daniel Eisenhower to the lead. Buskirk, can he slide in the 2nd? He does.
He does. First down for Eisenhower. 1st and 10 for Eisenhower as he takes the lead as we're on board with Brad Buskirk.
Eisenhower a little bit sideways, too. It looks like the track is just slicked off.
It is. It seems to be a little bit more wet in 1 and 2 than it is in 3 and 4.
Yeah, what I want to point out here, Bob, is see the digital dash on the Buskirk screen there?
Yes.
That every now and then you'll see at the end of the straightaway it flashes yellow. That's the RPM limiter.
Ah.
This is regulated by DNQ. You can only go 85,000 RPMs.
Yes, and that is, that's very difficult to pay attention to that as you're driving. As we see LJ McCleary, who is really harping on Brad Buskirk. Is he touching the track bar in that thing as we speak?
If he's not, he better be, because Buskirk is flat sideways. He is not good at all. LJ McCleary goes to the inside. He's going to take that spot away. Buskirk needs to get on that in-car track bar. I mean, his engineers have completely fucked him. They must have ran the wrong sim earlier.
Yes, and you know what? The live pictures here, his engineers will be able to see if that nose is sealed off enough, and then they can make an adjustment. Yeah. But that is the key. They were looking at Darfish earlier today, and they saw that Eisenhower's a little bit better through the center of the corner.
Yeah, they still didn't get it good enough because he's flat sideways through the middle. And there you see Eddie DeHaan Jr., also the same. This is really starting to look like a bush race on, a typical Saturday where you have 3 big teams out front and then the rest of the field completely half a track behind.
We talk about this field. It's an open field, and the first down marker is a little bit wider than any other ones we go here. But this racetrack is too tough to tame. As we're on board with Brad and Eddie DeHaan, looks like they're equally as loose.
Yeah, there you see at the end of the straightaway here, the digital dash on Buskirk's machine blinking at him. One thing I want to point out, Bob, none of these cars have gotten the Iredell County Fair stripe.
No, not yet. And this track is a track too tough to tame. We have seen many drivers go to the hospital after racing here. And with these Cup drivers here, they're they're very more experienced than some of the drivers in the other series. They don't wreck as much.
No, they don't. They actually know what the fuck they're doing. But they also have great spotters. And you can see over there off the backstretch all the fans, and then you see the very small grandstands. That's our spotter worry less cam.
Yes, it is. And that is brought to you by Scores Gentlemen's Club as Daniel Eisenhower gets in the loose stuff and opens the door for McCleary.
Ooh, that was close. The spotters need to be on their shit. Oh,
Buskirk just shit-canned LJ McCleary. Caution is out. Let's take a look at that again in the instant replay.
Here you see him. He's got just barely on the inside. Gets down in the sloppy wet stuff where he likes it. Down underneath, and he just shit-canned.
He rolled up on that ass and got a piece of it.
Jumped out left.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was fucking bad.
LJ says, fuck you, dude. Throws his hand up.
Yeah.
The cone is back out. Too. And you know what? Right before the caution came out for this segment, we saw that pit row was closed.
Yeah. Well, is this the 5 to go?
No, not yet. Okay. But right before the first segment was over, we saw they closed pit road.
Yeah. Here you see the officials standing down in turn 3. That's the beginning of the Alpine Lounge restart zone.
Yes, and they did change the rules for this race. You're not supposed to fire until off of turn 4. If you fire any time before that, it's your own fault, and you have to deal with what happens after that.
There you go. Eisenhower, great restart in the Alpine Lounge restart zone. He's back to the point. First down, Eisenhower.
Yes, first down for him, and we almost saw a pass interference there with Eddie DeHaan. He almost stopped McCleary from passing him there.
Yeah, that would have been a 15-yard penalty, and he would have been sent to the back. Caution, you see pit road is closed.
Yes, and Eddie Gilbert went for a spin there. We've got the cone back out. This is getting interesting watching the lane choice, isn't it? LJ McCleary goes to the top.
Not with 4 people, Bob.
No. Not at all. And you know what? Throwback night here is always a great night. LJ McCleary has a great throwback Hardy scheme here, and he ran that a couple times before, but it is still an amazing paint scheme.
Russ Wheeler's on that motherfucker. I wonder if he can beat Eisenhower.
Here we go. We're getting ready to find out. Back under green as we're on board with Bradley Buskirk. Can he get to Eisenhower and make the move on him? Doesn't look like he can get past McCleary.
Nah, Buskirk knows he's slow as shit right now, and Eisenhower closes the door on McCleary. He chops that nose right off.
Yes, he does, as Buskirk is sitting there watching, hoping that they start beating the shit out of each other. But, man, this fair, you see this track, you see that dust up top. It is very treacherous. If you get anywhere higher than the bottom of that grass, you're almost asking for it, aren't you?
Yeah, that angel dust will absolutely bite you, and you will get one of them Iredell County stripes.
And it seems like you got to run it. Brad Buskirk's driving the lower groove, but it seems like hitting a lot of bumps. So it's almost like right there he's running the higher groove, which puts you in that danger zone.
Yeah, he's also handling like a bag of shit, too. So he's barely making it through the corner as it is.
Eisenhower in the lead, and he has run so well here before. He has won one of these. He won the inaugural one. Almost won the second one. Got into it with Bradley Buskirk. That allowed Tyson Freeze to win, but looks like he's working on the second one.
But Bob, as we get to the end of the race here, you see the Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove coming in.
Yes, and that was our 5 to go caution right there. So we are getting ready to go back green. Here we go. Buskirk to the top. Can he make it happen? 5 laps to go here.
Yeah, he had nothing else to do. He had to go to the top there.
We're in the 2-minute warning of this race right now, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Yes, 2-minute warning. Here we go. We are getting ready to restart. Here's the kickoff.
We got 5 laps to go. Alpine Loud Restart Zone fires.
Oh,
Eisenhower takes him up to the Angel Dust. Buskirk slaps into second. Can he get it done? He goes to the inside.
No, he cannot. Eisenhower gets the drive off, and he is going to take the lead and hopefully drive away from Buskirk.
Buskirk is driving his dick off to no avail. But what that's doing is allowing LJ McCleary to be nice and tidy. Buskirk gets too high. LJ McCleary to the inside, takes that second spot away. Meanwhile, Eisenhower stretching his legs. All he's got to do is hang on for 2 more laps. This is the very end. Can he kick this field goal?
He may be able to. The 2-point conversion may be well for Daniel Eisenhower. 2 to go.
The 2-point conversion to go. Buskirk beating the back bumper off McCleary for that second spot, but I don't think he's got enough.
We saw Buskirk drive it in hard here. You cannot overdrive the corners here at the Iredell County Fairgrounds. You'll end up in the slick shit. As a white flag is out, and coming out of turn 4, Daniel Eisenhower is going to win his second Iredell County Fairgrounds race. Great.
Daniel Eisenhower in victory lane. I don't know if he's gonna.
I'll get it.
No, no. I'm on out. All right. It's been a couple of years coming. You've gotten a win here at the fair, but you got it done. Nobody really got to your back bumper and tried to harpoon you. Was that a surprise or what?
I don't know, but that's been 2 years trying, and I'm glad I can finally do it. Thanks for Brandon, motor, Daddy doing the tires, and Phantom for a tracking chassis. I'd like to thank God too for letting us get here safe, hunt home hopefully. Thank you.
Daniel Eisenhower, he's thrown the harpoon to a lot of guys, but tonight, nobody could get to him.
Well, Daniel Eisenhower takes home the win, and that GRP Power, supposedly his last race.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, he gets one win and then he gets addicted again, puts like $6 in the motor and then brings it back and tells somebody that he's completely rebuilt it. It's all brand new. Sucker somebody else into running that motherfucker and they'll luck into a win again and he'll come back. I mean, he's coming back. See you again, GRP, next race.
We're getting ready to start the IROC Series feature here tonight, and pretty much those top 4 guys are locked in. Mike Tapler has an outside shot, but after that cucumber finish last race, I don't think he's got anything to make it in points.
Nah, that really hurt him because whatever he was using before to get him those good finishes, get him that speed, cucumber finish took it away. You know, we're going to be checking him, so he can't use all that cheated up shit.
Here we go. Let's get ready to start the IROC Series feature. Should be a good one. All right, let's go, Barry Mack. Starting in row 1, Curtis Markham and Alex Cunningham.
And in row 2, we've got Untitled and Jason Denny.
Row number 3 going to feature Nate Tate and Zach Marquardt, who is running for a chase spot here tonight.
And in row 4, we've got Christian Moody and Stevie Jones.
Row number 5 has Casey Graves and Alex Ripstein.
Yeah. All right, rounding out the field. And the number 44, David Cross.
All right, well, we know 4 drivers at the end of this race in the IROC Series will go for a championship. Here are the point standings.
Well, you look up front there, and Christian Moody and David Marquardt have a good run on the race.
So, next year, this will become the Winston Cup Series, formerly known as IROC Series. Maxxis Pink and Blue tires. No real rule changes in this series for next year, Barry.
Yeah, not a whole lot of rule change. And for those of you at home, Maxxis Pink and Maxxis Blue, I'm not really sure what that is either.
Jason Denny has the Tar Heel Racing Supplies on board in-car camera. He will start from the 3rd position. Curtis Markham is a throwback in his own. He's starting the outside of row 1. He's probably one to watch tonight.
Yeah, and he's elected to kick off tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how his race transitions into the second half when they defer and get the ball.
Yeah, that's very, that and the substitutes, you got to think, they've got 2 running backs, so that should be interesting to watch.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see what his slot offense looks like here as we go green and the kickoff is underway, guys.
Green flag, we are underway. We got a couple of guys already all over the damn place as Alex Cunningham leads.
Well, it looked like it might have been Zach Marquardt that got a little damage on that restart there, or sorry, I should say the start of the race. His team is going to go and download some photography from around the racetrack, and what they can do is take a look at that right side of the car and be able to diagnose the damage in case they need to make repairs on the next pit stop.
And during the first stop, they're for sure going to pull that right side fender out for sure, no matter what, as Alex Cunningham is leading this field by a good margin.
Alex Cunningham's got a nice lead right now. When I talked to him this morning, I asked him what was it going to take for him to run up front tonight, and he said, guys, I have paid an extra $1,000 tonight to Ortho Carolina to have them come out and stretch out my shoulders so that I wouldn't fall out of the seat tonight. And clearly, we got a crash.
Jeff Gordon goes for a spin off of turn number 2, and that'll bring out, well, no, we stay green. We stay green,
guys. And in the loose interpretation rules we've got, that could have been a caution or it might not have been a caution.
Yet Mike Tapler had a cucumber finish last race. He won the race, and that became cucumbered.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you got a cucumber finish in these sports, it really hurts the outcome in the point standings, and I think we saw that in that dialogue you showed earlier. He's got some ground to make up without that win.
He does, and you look at the cucumber finish rule, we knew right away, not on Tuesday, that he was illegal, so it didn't say, we celebrate a little bit, but he was not the winner at the end of the night. We took his money and his trophy.
Well, it took his money and his trophy. We got another one around here. I'm not sure if that's a caution, though.
No, Nate Tate goes for a spin, but we stay green as well. This, no, now is a caution.
Guys, we have had an overlap on set.
Oh, God. The code is out. We just saw a picture of O'Quinn with a shaved head. What do you think about these cone shoes restarts? Is that something we're going to see a bigger series do next year because they saw it here?
I think I might see some of the smaller series of motorsports do it. Maybe in NASCAR would be a good place, and I might see it because they don't have any passing. Look at
oh, my God. 3 wide as Stevie Johns gets thrown in the mud. Wow.
I think that was the phantom move of the race right there, folks.
Curtis Markham sideways. Look at that. You get just a little bit high up, and you're going to get the choo-choo train.
Yeah, and actually the same thing happened in a restart in a NASCAR race, and I saw the caution come out for that.
Absolutely right. DNQ, we're on a time limit, so we don't throw cautions.
Yeah, anytime you see these tires locked up in some other series, they'll throw the caution.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of grape soda going on right now, and these 4 drivers all battling the shit out of each other.
Yeah, everybody racing hard for position here, and I think a lot of guys are living by the Ayrton Senna thing that they say about taking space, A lot of these guys weren't even around when Senna was alive, but they all act like they knew him.
As Nate Tate points by Jason Denny, he's definitely pretty fast. He's worked his way up, but nobody has anything for Alex Cunningham right now.
Alex Cunningham in another country. He's in North Korea right now compared to everybody else. He is like a giant nuclear missile.
Yeah, and you know what? He's cheating a lot better than all of his teammates. He's got a alliance with some of the drivers out here doing tires for him, but he cheats a lot better than they do, just like the 78 does on every weekend.
Well, yeah, guys, anytime you can get through the tech inspection area without getting caught, it usually means you're going to be fast. Alex Cunningham, I'm not sure if he's paying the guys in the tech barn. I'm not sure if he's taking them out for drinks, but he's getting through the tech inspection area every weekend.
Christian Moody having a good run here tonight. He has led points pretty much all year, and he is running in the top 5 right now. And the rest of the guys coming down. We've got pretty decent race going on so far. Not too many cautions.
Yeah, not many cautions. I see a lot of the cars are locked down into the racetrack. Not a whole lot of travel on the front suspension on these guys. Looks like they're coil bonded just about everything. Got them riding right around on the springs all the way around this racetrack here.
And this track is a track too tough to tame, and so far it's been tame. But I have a feeling that once we get these double file restarts, the more and more we go, we're going to see some more action.
We might, and sold out crowd of 17,000 out here tonight. They came to see some crashes.
Exactly, and they better get delivered. As we're on board with Jason Denny, he is not running the high line, which is the preferred line around this racetrack. The track too tough to tame. You got to get up by the wall as these guys are racing the shit out of each other.
And guys, something interesting about Jason Denny. He actually is the leader of the DNQ Drivers Council as we see one car off the road here, Mike Tapler. I'm not sure if that is a caution or not, guys.
Well, they threw it, and he's going to go through his digital dash and see what's not being reported as the cone is out for a restart.
And back to what I was saying about Jason Denny being the head of the Drivers' Council as we're going on board here. Something that he's put together is these guys, once this race is over, have all purchased $2,000 road bikes, and they're actually going to bike from the Iredell County Fairgrounds all the way back home.
Oh, and the leader gets dumped on that restart. Alex Cunningham gets spun.
And you see that blue and red car. I can't tell what that sponsor is on the car, but it's red and blue, and you just see he gets turned around here on this restart.
But now you're supposed to restart at the cone here. Alex jumped way before that, so he's got to deal with getting dumped. He's going to have to go to the back. David Kropp's involved in that, Nate Tate as well, as they all spin. And Ashley Burnett going after somebody who's there for Alex. The cone is back out. Stevie John's now the leader. He will choose the bottom, as he should.
We got some bottom feeders here, but a couple will take the top. Who took the top?
Dick Trickle is on the top, along with Alex Ripstein.
My Dick Trickle's taking the outside. Well, let's see what he can do with it.
That's right. Slow restart here. Stevie John's the leader.
Sold out crowd.
Sold out crowd here tonight. Green flag, we're back underway. Stevie Johns gets a jump. Oh, Dick Trickle goes for a spin.
Well, Dick Trickle just couldn't hang on the outside. Might have jumped the cushion. I'm not sure if that's a caution, though.
There it is. Caution's out. He's stuck. And he'll drive away, I'm sure. I'm sure it's still under power. Yeah, you can get
and
that.
Of course, that's how it goes, guys. Anybody, as you see the black car, I can't tell what the side of that thing says, but right here, you see he gets up into the high stuff, gets up to the marbles, and that right rear Hoosier tire just steps out and gets up into the sticky stuff, and, you know, the car just doesn't work once you get up there.
Absolutely not. And that's a tough break for Zach Marquardt. He'll have to go to the back, but he can go to the top if he wants to on this restart, which he probably will. No, he stayed on the bottom. Well, here we go.
Guys taking the bottom here, folks.
A lot of power bottoms here tonight at the Iredell County Fair. Stevie John's getting ready for this restart. He gets a nice little shove, and he's going to jump all the way out of the Alpine restart zone. Back underway. Alex Cunningham out of the groove, and he goes for a flip. Wow, that was impressive.
Jason Burnett about lost it.
Let's look at this again. Cunningham, Markham jumped the left rear, pushed him out of the groove, and he's going to go for a hell of a ride.
That was big shit.
Wow, his head got hit by that front end of that Nate Tate machine there.
Guys, watch Jason Burnett jump out the scoreboard right here.
That is the most athletic move you will see all year out of anybody.
Good thing that guy eats some Hardee's, otherwise his shorts might be around his ankles right now.
Getting ready to go back under green flag. We are underway, and we've already seen the lady in black rear her head as Curtis Markham will wreck Christian Moody.
Might have got an Iredell stripe right there. And you know, one thing, guys, I want to talk about right here is
Caution's out.
Caution's out right here. As this sun starts to go down, it's going to get in these drivers' eyes, and it's going to be very difficult to see. You see some of these guys holding their hands out to block the visors, and guys who don't have a clear one tonight are going to have a hard time seeing.
Back underway, Stevie John's in the lead with Curtis Markham all over that ass. And Curtis Markham is a legend in late model racing and racing from years ago. He's won a shit ton of times at Martinsville. He's hunting down Stevie Johns.
Well, the thing about Curtis Markham is he might have done some shit in a late model, but that doesn't mean he's going to do shit here. It's a lot harder to win in this series.
As it is, as Stevie Johns leads his field right now, he is in the blue cart trying to run down Stevie Johns. A lot of experience. Does experience beat the young kid here?
I don't think it does anymore. I mean, Curtis Markham is the only guy in the field that can throw back at himself, and I'm not sure if he'll even be able to win tonight.
This is just like when Ryan Blaney beat Kevin Harvick here as they are laps winding down as we are coming down to 3 to go.
Well, you know, guys, I mean, these cars have more engineering in them than they have people and drivers, so, I mean, you could probably throw me in the car and we win.
Curtis Markham's not going to get to him. That was the white flag. He did a shitty job of throwing the flags, checkered flags out. Markham gets the Darlington stripe. Let's go down to it.
Curtis Markham comes home second in the throwback race here at the Iredell County Fair. Curtis, you were definitely the favorite to win that race. We wanted to see him move the leader, just didn't have enough to get to him at the end there.
Just didn't have enough. I think I had enough cart. We didn't have enough driver. I kept screwing up. These guys beat and bang. I thought it was the Busch Series for a while there, but You beat and bang them back, they get pissed off. I don't understand it. If you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it, I think. At least that's the way I grew up racing.
Well, it's good to know that you still got it. I mean, that was exciting to watch just from all the fans were cheering you on there at the end. What does it mean to have a run like this at the fair?
It means a lot. Coming here, you know, my son David raced here a couple of times, and my other son Thomas is racing tonight. But first time I've been here, and you said 5 laps of practice in that's qualifying, I was going, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen, but qualified second, finished second.
What is it about this track that just brings the best drivers end up doing the best here? The people that we see that really have talent end up doing better here. Why is that? Well,
You're not wide open all the way around. You have to drive it. You have to let off. You have to use a little brake. You got to do a little finesse. And I think I forgot how to do finesse because I was all over the place.
Well, as long as Stevie Johns passes tech, Curtis Markham will come home in second place here tonight, guys. Fan favorite.
Stevie Johns in victory lane here at the fair, climbing out of the cart. Wow, it was a bloodbath out there. We had carts flipping over. Alex Cunningham got the hammer laid down on him. It was a wild one, man. Just run us through that last few laps there.
I wrecked everyone to get here. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, it's the fair. It's once a year. You know, you can't let it pass. Last year I finished dead last, so this year came to the top. But, yeah, those last few laps were exciting. I know I ran into that blue cart. I don't know his name. But I ran into him pretty hard. I was expecting him to dump me, but luckily he didn't. Thank you to him, even though he had every right to.
I mean, how do you feel? I'll just let you know, the guy in the blue cart's like 842 years old. How does that make you feel? He probably cracked a few ribs and possibly his pelvis.
Oh, I feel bad for that guy, but the dude in the black cart that was leading, I don't feel bad for him. I mean, a professional go-kart team just got waxed by an 18-year-old that showed up in an S10. This is my second go-kart race all year. It's my first win in a go-kart, doing it by myself. I run bigger cars, but yeah, it's awesome to win at the fair. I live 5 minutes from here.
Stevie Johns gets it done here at the Iredell County Fair.
Alex Cunningham is okay after flipping that cart. Ooh. Stevie Johns was in full-blown DGAF mode here tonight to take home the win, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's a very talented driver first. Let's start by saying that. But really, it was just attrition that got him that win. Alex Cunningham put it on him, and glad to see that he's okay. That was a tough tumble that he took.
And as we talk about that, Curtis Markham almost had a shot to win that thing, and he is going to be in the Final Four, so he's going to be one to watch with having that strong run here.
What a tough series that Curtis Markham is in the Final Four.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Busch Series guys are getting ready to start. Let's go and take a look at their starting lineup for tonight's race.
Crisp, cold refreshment. It's what Busch is known for. What are you known for?
I'm cool under pressure. What is that? A fish hook? Golly.
Busch. Crisp, cold refreshment. It's what Busch is known for. What are you known for?
Practical jokes.
Uh-huh.
Dang it.
Busch.
Front row, Uber driver Steve Marcillo and Ryan Richmond.
In row 2, we got Clint Mills and Thomas Markham.
Row number 3, Jamie Kickoff all the way from South Dakota today on his private jet. And somebody else.
Mark 4. In row 4, we got Mike Carver and Caitlin Benji.
Row number 5, Brianna Lyons and Justin.
Row number 6, we got Charles Moles on his face and Jonathan Maybe.
Row number 7, John Jarrell and Pat Cole.
In row number 8, we got Kyler Owens and Andrew Spaghetti Bander.
Row number 9, Strawberry and Bradley Gibby.
Row number 10, Mike Harmon and Levi Meat Carver.
And we go green! Kickoff!
And the receiver's got the ball and he's running with it.
Holy fuck, Jamie Kickoff just got raped back there for 4th place and somehow stays in it.
Well, guys, look at how hard they're driving off of turn 4 here. Racing the shit out of each other.
There we see our leader, Derek, already in that Tim Richmond throwback, which is fucking incredible. We think he's going about 206 into turn 1.
Caution's out, folks. Looks like that blue car was going about 75 miles an hour into one in Boston.
Single file restarts here. The Alpine Lounge restart zone goes green once again. First down, Derek Allred.
Derek Allred heading off of 2, and according to our digital information here in the booth, is heading in there at about 225.
Jamie Kickoff with the fast lap last time. He's working his way through traffic. He had to start back in 5th, 6th place. I think he set his shit up for when this Monster Energy Ultra Black Groove comes in.
Well, guys, yeah, I mean, the PJF 35 is being laid down, and that's helping with a lot of grip up in the top and middle grooves of the racetrack.
There on the left side of your screen, you saw some points that mean absolutely nothing. As Jamie Kickoff dives to the bottom, gets another, picks one off.
Yeah, guys, a lot of racing going on back here from positions 4 to 10.
Interception by Jamie Kickoff. He dives off into 1 and 2 again as you've got another car turned around there. Same stupid
I
motherfucker.
think that was pass interference right there.
Alpine Lounge restart zone. We go green once again. Derek Allred on the point. First down, Derek Allred. He gets into 1 and 2 and keeps everybody else at bay.
Guys, looks like I see a zone blitz going on in about 7th to 10th position.
This is a horrible race, just like every other Saturday and Sunday. Everybody's strung out. We got, I don't know, looks like a big old line of spaghetti.
Yes, it does. I think I've seen lines like this just about long and about Olive Garden. Another wreck.
I've seen lines like this in Phoenix. As we see, looks like, oh, there we go. Hit a patch of NDF coming out of 2.
Big old patch there, guys. Might have been an offsides penalty right there.
All right. Whoa. He gets rocked in the left rear. All right. Let's, how do we fast forward this thing? I mean, live broadcast.
Ah, good.
Alpine Lounge restart zone going green once again. And we see the zone blitz from Jamie Kickoff all the way from South Dakota on his private jet. He takes the lead, but then gets stuffed 3 wide.
We're here in the Michael Annette on board. The Michael Annette pilot flying J-car inside.
Woo! There you see the preferred line taken by Jamie Kickoff, a little bit higher, up right along the wall. He has not had his Iredell Fountain stripe yet. That thing looking good.
Looks really good right now, guys. And one thing I want to point out is
holy shit! Why did you just stop? Why did you stop? And we have to throw the caution because some assholes stopped.
My goodness. That was like I-77.
And Alpine Lounge restart zone once again, going green. Jamie Kickoff still on the point. Derek Allred gives him hell underneath. Derek Allred's going to give him a shot. Can he get it done? He goes down to the bottom. Jamie Kickoff's got the preferred line. Derek Allred to the point.
Derek Allred turning left, but he's going right, and it looks like we might have another caution here. Maybe a chain broken.
Oh, what a shame for somebody.
Driver X out of the race.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Alpine Lounge restart zone once again. Derek Allred on the gas. Familiar spot for him. First down, Derek Allred. He's looking strong down the backstretch, keeps the lead. Barry, one thing I want to point out, there with this many carts on the track, tell me about the spotter worry less cam.
Well, yeah, guys, the spotters have a very difficult job here at Iredell because it is a short track. You've got to be thinking because things are going to happen quick here. And when I talked to some of the spotters up there, including Rick Mast, one of the things he told me this afternoon is that back when he raced at Iredell County Fairgrounds, you got to be looking a couple cars ahead of your driver so to make sure that he worries less while he's driving.
And there we see some gang signs thrown by Alex Tagliani running for dead fucking last as the leaders come up to his back bumper.
My God, we're back to
oh my God! Oh, that patch of NDF in turn 2 almost killed somebody. And he is upside down. There is,
what did that guy do?
There is fuel, there is oil. He is dirty. Somehow. And the steering wheel's on the racetrack. Oh my God. Well, you know the old saying, come back with the checkers or leave the wheel at the track, and he did. Oh my God.
It looked like he might have been taking pressure from a corner blitz right there.
Was that targeting? Is that leading with the helmet?
I think we're taking a look down at the Microsoft Surface review camera right now, and the referees will get back to us in a minute.
Meanwhile, let's go somewhere completely irrelevant to the race. And oh, there's a fight. There's a fight. Somebody's pissed off at somebody else. I don't know who you are, but you're both peasants.
Guys, take a look at that medic vehicle. I had never seen something like that before.
That's pretty badass. It's like you could hotbox that probably.
Of course, the guy from the medical thing did not get out to help the situation.
No, some fat guy is pissed off at somebody else.
Someone get these guys some grits and gravy.
Oh, there we go. Medical vehicle to attention. All right, we're done here. This is going to be a P5 penalty for all involved.
Yeah, this is going to look at. We got some injuries here going on back in 2016, and we actually had to bring out the medical staff from the Iredell County Hospital.
All right, fuck all that. We're going back green. Alpine Lounge restart zone. Nobody died. Everybody's pissed off. Derek Allred, another first down, and he keeps the lead going down the backstretch. Right now, there are half the cars that started this race.
We've lost a lot of cars here, folks, and I think that has to do with the reliability of these guys who really don't know what they're doing when they're working on these things.
Now, the extra weight that Derek Allred carries around, in the gut, does that give him a little bit more bite on a track like this?
I think it does, and I know we talked about him doing an old Milwaukee throwback, but honestly, I think he really should be doing a McDonald's throwback with the weight that's being carried around.
That is what I would like to call a keg, and another caution. And Bobby Allison goes around, hit that patch of NDF in turn 2.
Bobby Allison still trying to get it done out there. He's like Morgan Shepherd of the DNQ series.
Derek Allred, another first down. And Jamie Kickoff goes to the inside. This time he makes it stick. Big bottleneck behind him. Jumping left rears. And we got another caution.
Guys, we're approaching the record-setting number of penalties in a single race.
All right, fuck that. Another Alpine Lounge restart zone. This time Derek Allred to the bottom. He knew what was coming. He makes it work this time. Keeps the lead. We got a couple of cars humping back there. I mean, nobody.
Guys, it's a monster
they're just powering. They're just powering through it.
Holy shit!
That whole 4-wide mess just went from like 5th to dead last.
Well, guys, I don't think anybody's going to get anything done here with the way they're racing.
All right, Derek Allred, Jamie Kickoff, they're the class of the field. Here we go. We got a couple of cars looking for their second or third Iredell County stripe. 3 wide for second. Who's the odd man out?
Well, I couldn't tell from the camera angle to see the medic truck hauling away a couple bodies.
Fuck it, he's leaving. If you wreck now, we're just leaving you.
Guys, looks like I got a 3rd and 1 here between Jamie Kickoff and Ryan Richmond.
Jamie Kickoff stalking. He knows how to get it done. He's gotten it done many times before. Last 2 races in a row, he's won. Derek Allred, also a past winner. Looks like he made a little mistake.
Have an issue.
He made a little bit mistake. Swept up. Man, he's got a lot of wheel in that thing. He's throwing parts off of that car. Something's wrong.
Might be throwing off some roll bar pad and looking for a caution here, but I'm not sure that's going to work here.
I think what he's doing, he'll throw out a water bottle on the apron. That will for sure bring out a caution.
I mean, and you can never sleep on the hot dog wrapper.
Oh, and there we got, speaking of roll bar padding, Rick Mast with a little roll bar padding on the left.
Michael Annette with a great restart there.
Derek Allred is just not getting it done. Holy shit, we got somebody in the 77. Who is that?
I don't know, but everybody's trying to run over each other like an angry ex-wife to her husband.
One more lap to go for Jamie Kickoff. This is what he's been waiting on all race long. He knows how to get it done. It looks like he will get it done for the first time here at Iredell County Fair. Jamie Kickoff takes the win in the Busch Series.
Well, guys, that had a lot of cautions.
All right.
Well, Jamie Kickoff beats Ryan Richmond, and Ryan Richmond had the cart to beat, just had an engine issue, which you just can't have when you're getting towards the end of these races.
No, I mean, he brought everything that he needed to make it to that championship race. And Jamie Kickoff, he was going to run second. He had nothing for him. And Ryan Richmond just flat gave it away.
Bradley Gibby has broken his shoulder, but he is okay after that scary wreck. And we don't know what happened there. The steering wheel fell off or hit a patch of NDF. I'm not sure. But
I think it hit a patch of NDF, then steering wheel fell off.
Yeah, so he's going to be okay. The Busch Series Final Four. Mike Carver, Derek Allred, Ryan Richmond, and Steve Borsillo. That should be very fun to watch these guys race for a championship for the Final Four.
That will be. The race will be for 10th place on track. It's going to be awesome.
It will be
right
great.
in the shit.
Well, let's go down and talk to our finishers for tonight.
Ryan Richmond came up one spot short there. Did you fall out of the seat, or what happened? The tires just gave up on you.
No, man. Tires were good. Car was good. It sputtered off a 4 on a restart and started doing it down the straightaway again. And I don't know what was wrong. I tried everything I could do from the seat while racing, you know. Took the gas cap off, slung it in the infield. One of your officials, I'm sorry. Man, we really went back, did our homework. You know, when you come to the fair, everybody wants to win the fair, you know. And we had the piece to do it tonight. Just sucks, you know. So.
You got the chase coming up. How much have you put thought into going for this championship?
All season, you know. You run every race to, you know, get all the points and win the championship, hopefully, you know. But I got to thank Brad McElrath, Venom Tires. He really put me on point here. Everybody at ZM Crew, you know, ZM Motorsports. So, yeah, we'll be back for the championship, and we're going to get it.
Ryan Richmond, just a peasant too short.
All right, you good? Yeah.
Jamie Kickoff in the victory lane here at the fair, climbing out of the cart. Celebration in victory lane. Jamie, I personally have never seen so much harpooning in one race in my entire life. I mean, they literally fought on the racetrack for dead last. I couldn't explain it, but you got on the harpoon there on Richmond. Just talk about those last few laps.
Yeah, he was real good, and the longer we ran, the better I was, and I was a little better through the drier corner, and he'd killed me down here. But I was good on the restart, so I knew I had to make my move then. And but I think something happened to him at the end, so if it wouldn't have been for that, he'd have been a lot tougher. So it'd been a little tougher to win.
Now, you've won a handful at Millbridge Speedway. Now you're a winner at the fair. You like this track more, or you like going to the almost super speedway at Millbridge?
I love Millbridge. I think it's the best track, but this might be the second best in the country. And I watched Clint Mills win this race last year. We all raced at the same track, and he come up here and won this awesome trophy. And I said, man, I got to go up there and race. I like that trophy. So
Jamie Kickoff gets it done in the Busch Series.
Well, the Chester's Chicken Championship race is October 11th, and thank you for sponsoring it again. We cannot wait to eat that Chester's Chicken and see who's going to win the championship.
That bucket of chicken is going to be delicious in Victory Lane for 3 special people.
Absolutely, and we got to thank everybody that's followed the series on YouTube, well be it, or in Facebook and everywhere else, and the Millbridge Speedway as well, and the Iredell County Fairgrounds for letting us race at the track Too Tough to Tame again for another year.
Yeah, and thank you all the ladies that have come to my dressing room over the years. Next year's going to be even better.
Well, we'll see you guys at the final race of the year. That's the Chester's Chicken Championship on October 11th.